guys. I had to get my my little chat message typed out there. And I already checked for mods. Let's see. And I did install a couple of new ones today. I actually downloaded a couple of these the other day, but I didn't actually select them because we weren't playing on this map. I'm trying to remember. Whoops. Whoops, I forgot to. That's all right. I hit the wrong button. But that's okay. We don't need that mod right now anyway, so I'll worry about that one later. Now, when we were playing Friday, I got disconnected from PlayStation due to uploads, and that's the third time my live stream has been interrupted and disconnected so that PlayStation could do uploads or updates to games. So nothing even got saved that day because I just got interrupted. All right, dog, get out of the way. I'm trying to feed it. It's not letting me feed the dog. Get away from there, dog. Oh well, the dog can eat later. I'm not going to worry about it. Now, what we were going to do is we did contracts. But I think we had to sleep for a while first before we could do those contracts. Or we didn't sleep, but I just used the clock. So let's run the clock up. And we'll just let that run up to about 11 o'clock. Because we'll get different contracts. Wow, that's hard to see. Okay. Now, stay over there, dog. Stay over there, stay over there, stay over there. Thank you. Okay, now let's look at contracts. We do have plowing. So we want to do like this plowing contract. So there's $7,500. So we'll accept that contract. Oh. We'll just go ahead and, I was saving this money, leaving it in there, but it's okay. All right, now let's see. That is over on Oh, that's right close by. We're going to cross the river. Well, actually, we can go all the way up here and then come down. Wow. Whoa. Or maybe that was just a icon. Yeah, okay. Where is that road by the river? It's behind us right here. Oh, I just barely clipped that sign. I saw it at the last second and was like, oh, too late. Okay, here we go. $7,500. Now, I ordered myself a drone, guys. I've never flown a drone before or done any drone videos, but I think it'll be kind of fun. Now, I may not stream for more than a couple hours tonight, guys. I don't know. I haven't been feeling good. Now, it looks like once we finish this contract, guys, we'll actually have enough money to buy the oil mill, because we'll end up with 245,000. We need 240. So, well, other than doing like paying for a helper, if the budget takes us below that 240 after that, then that's going to be okay. Otherwise, we're going to hold on to the 240. We're not going to let our budget, our bank account drop below the 240. Like I said, with the exception of doing work and we have to pay a helper, that's okay if that's what spends it. But I'm not going to go buy new equipment and stuff like that and spend out of that 240, because I want to make sure I have it reserved to buy that oil mill as soon as we're ready to buy it. So in essence, what I'm saying is once we fulfill this contract, we will, for all practical purposes, have a zero bank account. Now, I don't really know what we'll get into after we do this field, because there was nothing else contract-wise. Is there anything we can harvest? Nope. So that's actually it. We could sleep for an hour, I guess, or not sleep, but just advance the clock. Eventually we'll have all the equipment we need. We could do fertilizing, but I don't want to pay a helper to do the fertilizer. So that doesn't really, 808, that's my old area code in Hawaii. All right, so we can't do it. Eventually, we're going to own the harvesting equipment that we need to harvest all these crops, because eventually we're going to be working on those different types of crops. So we will eventually buy the equipment. Once we do, then we can start doing those contracts too. But we have more important things to use our money on right now. And I don't want to lease equipment, because I don't want to spend the money to be doing that. And thank you to whoever gave the stream a thumbs up. I can see on my screen somebody did. Because I'm only allowed to do it once, and it says it was done twice. I was kind of thinking about the controller for the drone and the controller for like this game is like totally different because you need two joysticks to get different actions. I hope everybody's had a good day. I've had a good day. I haven't felt too good, but all in all, I still had a pretty good day. I haven't done anything, so it's not been any different than basically any other day, but still a good day, all in all. All right, we're a little bit over halfway done on this contract. Now let's take a look at something. Yeah, we don't have any canola put away yet. Okay, we still got chicken feed because we can use sorghum for chickens. So we still have that, so we don't have to worry too much about that. Now, eventually, our prices are going to change over there because I do have that mod for price fixing. But it doesn't go into effect until after you've had it activated for an in-game year, is what it said. And I didn't remember that from FS19 when I first started using that mod. So when I was loading up this game and installing or activating the mods, I was deactivating everything and reactivating everything, which was resetting the mod for this right here. So now we have to wait until it actually gets back around. But anyway, we have sorghum. We don't have any canola. And these are canola fields right here. But it's going to be a while before those are ready. Probably two more months and we'll have that one. Well, maybe all three of these and that one. Sick, how's it going? Oh, I have not been well, but I feel better tonight. Yeah, I have a heart condition and it messes with me. So when it's not messing with me, I'm here streaming. When it does, there's nothing I can do about it. Glad everything's going okay with you. Now, I was mentioning earlier that once we finish this contract, ah, you read my mind. I was just getting ready to say so. Uh, I was saying earlier that once we finish this contract, we will have enough money to buy the oil mill, but we're not going to buy it, but we're not going to spend that money either. So we're going to assume that our bank account is at zero after we finish this contract. And then I was just trying to figure out, I was just mentioning that I'm not sure what we will do is we will sleep, or not sleep, but advance the clock a couple of more hours and see if we can get some new contracts. Because there's really no contracts up here I want to do. I don't want to lease any equipment. So we need new plowing or new cultivating contracts. So we're just going to advance the clock and see how that works. If I have to, I'll just sleep until the next day. Now, I was streaming on here Friday night, and PlayStation did some game updates, and it disconnected me from PlayStation server. It does that every time. But in one way, that was kind of okay because at least it didn't save what little bit of stuff got done, because I was only streaming for about 30 minutes, I think, when it disconnected. So we had actually done 2 contracts. I was working on the second contract when it disconnected. So we kind of had to back up and start over from Friday, which was just doing a couple of contracts. The same thing we always do, basically the same way we always start out. And I ordered myself a drone. I won't have it for another couple weeks. I've never flown a drone before, and I've never taken any kind of videos with the drone, obviously, if I haven't flown one. So it'll be kind of fun. I don't know where I'm going to fly it, though. Well, I mean, I can fly it anywhere I want to other than out by the airport, because we don't have any restricted airspace right here around where I live, anywhere near where I live, except for the small little airport. And it's only open part-time because it's just a small little airport for local people. It's not used very often, only by appointment. So I can actually fly my drone at the airport. I just have to schedule it. Got to follow all the FAA regulations here in the U.S., which I have. I got everything. I already got my, I took my trust exam and got my trust credentials, which is easy to do. I didn't even know you had to have any kind of any kind of test or something to be able to fly a drone, just like a toy drone, but you do. In fact, I was talking to a deputy last night, one of the sheriff's deputies. I just happened to see him at the store, and I was asking him about local ordinances that might prevent me from flying it, you know, here in town where I live. He was telling me he didn't know of any ordinances, but he did tell me, he said, you do have to comply with the FAA regulations, so, yep, gotcha. So he was happy to hear that I had already done the trust exam and got my credentials, my license, for recreational pilot's license, for vehicles weighing less than 250 grams. Yeah, it's going to be fun. I'll get a video of the football stadium here in town. So I can actually fly over the stadium as long as if they're not having a game or anything there at the time. Now I think maybe instead of going all the way back to the farm at right this second, we'll just stop right here. Let's go down here. Let's move the clock. They changed the way this thing works a little bit. Let's let it run up to about 1 o'clock. And we'll see if we have any new contracts. If not, then we'll just go ahead and go back to Now, let's look at the contracts again. Did it give us any new contracts? Yes, there's a cultivating contract. What else do we have? Do we have plowing? What about harvesting? Carrots, green beans, spinach, carrots. Well, they just don't want to give us any kind. There's plowing, though. So we do have one plowing and one cultivating contract. So since we got the plow already, let's go to that. So we'll accept this plowing. And that's going to be in field 26. Can't hardly read that. Okay, so that's on the first road. Okay. So we've got to come back through town this way. Oh, I hit another sign. Katie, hi. How are you? I'm doing okay, thank you. I've been absent for a couple of days because I haven't been feeling too good, but I'm feeling better. We're getting ready to go do a contract, or we're on our way to go do a contract. A lot of jaywalkers in this town. Well, let's see, I think we're out this way. Yeah. Yes. Now, I never did contracts in Farming Simulator until I started playing on Farming Simulator 25. And that's only because they fixed the AI workers. The AI worker can do the job itself. I don't have to worry about it. So I have begun doing more contracts. So at this point, we could just leave this guy here and we could go start something else, but I don't generally play that way. Sometimes I will do something like that, but generally I do not. I just play one thing at a time. Once in a while I'll have multiple things going on, depending. And it's burning up in my apartment. All my neighbors must have their heat turned on. Whew, I'm sweating. And it's the middle of winter. Yeah, I think some people probably think this, the way I play is kind of boring. But that's okay. Okay, good. I'm glad. I think there are a few people that don't find it boring because they do come back. Sick is one of those. Monty, Dee Dee, you, KD, and others. So not everybody finds it boring, but I think some people do. And that's okay. I actually think it's relaxing. Right, there's a lot of different ways to play this game, and everybody just has to find out what's the most fun way for them to play it. That's how I look at it. There's no right way, no wrong way. Now that they fixed AI workers to where they will complete a field on their own or complete the task without having to have help, I can actually even play this game when I'm not feeling good, at least to a degree. Sometimes I'm beyond even just sitting here with the controller in my hand, so. And that's been the last few days, but today I feel pretty good. KD, have you ever flown a drone? Piloted a drone? Well, I'm not going to be going out and running any 220-yard dashes, but I do feel better. Thank you. Oh, okay. I just bought me a drone. I ordered it. I don't have it yet. I've never flown a drone before or took any videos with a drone. So that's going to be, it's going to be fun, but the video aspect will be interesting. Hopefully I can get some cool videos for you guys and for me. I won't have it for another couple weeks, though. I got the remote for it today. Yeah, I think it's going to be fun. It's actually a very good, like a vlogging type drone because it has like the follow me mode to it, the function. And I don't know anything about that stuff other than videos that I've been watching, but it does look like it'll be a pretty cool drone. I don't do vlogs. I do have some videos on the channel that I'm in the videos. A few, not a lot, but so I don't really know what I'll do with this drone. I am going to try to get some, well, they won't be edited videos because I don't know how to do video editing, and I really don't want to have to take the time to learn it. So I just put stuff up as it is. But should still be able to get some cool videos, but it would be nice. I really would like to be able to add music and stuff like that, but like I said, I really don't want to take the time to have to learn how to do all that stuff. You would not want to hear me sing. Trust me, I sound great in my head. I could not carry a tune in a bucket with a lid on it. Thank you, guys. Now, while this guy's finishing up here, let's take a look at the other contract. It was a cultivating contract. We actually, oh, whoa, wait a minute. Look at this. I totally overlooked this. Look, we've got a $6,000 contract, which is the one I noticed. We've got a $11,000 contract here too. Nice. So that's in field 91. And where is that one? Field 22. So let's look at field 22. Oh, that's right here. Field 22 is right here. And we're working right here, but we got to go get the cultivator. We got the plow, so we're going to have to take that back to the farm and trade the plow for the cultivator, and then come back over here. And then we have the other field, which was field 91. Which is this one. Okay, right down here in the corner. Okay, we know how to get there. That's straight down the road from where we're at. Right here. All right, nice. Get some nice contracts today. Actually, we can go here. And now we have the 240,000 that we need for the oil mill. So the 240,000 we're going to pretend like we don't even have. We have $6,900 in the bank that we can spend. But before we buy the oil mill, we want at least 100,000 liters of canola in our silo so we can take it over there. Yeah, I don't have, I'm going to start with canola oil. I don't have I do have canola planted right now. We have this field, and this is all canola right here. This is soybeans. Once we harvest this, we will plant canola. And when we harvest this one, we will plant canola. Because the thing of it is, look here. This will make more sense once we do this. Let's go here. Let's visit this right quick. If we look here, we can buy this for $240,000. But there's nothing in it. It's empty. But we could buy it just like it sits. What I want to do is I'm going to come over here. I'm going to bring at least 100,000 liters of grain. And I'm going to, wherever it goes right here. I'm going to dump 100,000, I'm going to sell 100,000 liters of canola to the oil mill. They're going to pay me for it. So then this oil mill is going to have 100,000, instead of being empty, it's going to have 100,000 liters of canola in it. Then I'm going to buy it for $240,000. And it'll be full of canola and start producing oil. So we can maximize our profits at the time of purchase if we do it right. And And we can only do that one time when you purchase it. But if you do it right, at least on that first round, you can vastly increase profits. Okay. Now we have to return to the farm and get our cultivator. Yeah, KD, I like doing that. A lot of people don't really know about that. I mean, I guess by now they probably have figured it out, but because the game's been around plenty long enough, but I'm sure there's probably new players that aren't aware that you can actually do that. Well, that's how I found out too. I just happened to come across somebody's video that was talking about it, you know. And if I hadn't, I would not have known you could do that. So I like to present it also. That way, if anybody does happen to watch this video, which most of these are live streams, so people don't watch them after they're posted because they're live streams. But if somebody does happen to watch it and don't know that, and they see that part, then maybe it'll inspire them to try something new with their gameplay. And I think that's pretty cool. Now look, I hit something right here. I ran right into something, I hit it. Look. There's some invisible thing right here in the, I hit that before. Oh, I'm on the boundary? Oh, wow. No wonder it's invisible. I never saw those X's. That's really weird. That was really kind of strange. Oh, look where we're at. That's interesting. This goes right back to the farm. Yeah, but this goes right back to the farm. Now let's follow this road. Where's this thing going? Yeah, because I took the wrong turn. I kind of forgot where I was at on the map, and I was talking to KD, and I wasn't paying attention, and I just went the wrong way. Because I've never been over here before. Well, maybe when we were looking for collectibles, we came over this way. This gets it back over to our farm, right here. No, I had never been that direction to go up to that part of the map before. So I turned the wrong direction. Okay, now we're going to grab our cultivator. And then we're going to go back down here. We might as well collect that one. I was leaving a contract over there saved because it leave us some stashed away money in the bank, but okay, so Now we want this one. This is going to be field 22. We'll just go ahead and do it first. Let me figure out where I'm going. Field 22 is right back up here where we were. We were just right here, and now we're going right here. Okay. And I always wreck on this corner right here if I don't go into this driving mode, this first person view. Now I know on Calmlands, on FS22, there was a place at the edge of the map that actually had a tunnel. And I used to park in that tunnel. I parked my harvester in that tunnel and use it for a shed. Now, logging is something I have not done a lot of on this game. I have done some. I did in FS19, small scale kind though, not with the big forestry equipment, but chainsaw, truck, that kind of thing. And we will end up doing some forestry on New Frontier, but maybe not a whole lot because that's it's a different kind of map than No Man's Land was, so the forest looks a little bit different. Oh, perfect. We've been streaming for an hour now, guys. I was somewhat expecting to see Monty tonight. See if they change the way the AI workers do, but normally I would not run this guy in this direction across this field. I would be running him this way because they're longer passes. And that means the less times he has to turn around, and therefore the quicker he gets done. So I don't really get to determine the start point. Now, while he's working on that, let's go back over here. Look, I keep doing this. I keep thinking I'm supposed to change. What was... I'm supposed to be down here, like this. And this is going to be field 91. So I want to go just see where we're going. Yeah, that was the one down here. Okay. Straight down from the farm. Katie, what time is it where you live? (2:07 p.m.) Yeah, that's for over there in Australia. Yep. Yeah, it's just after 1 in the morning for me. So, Sick, you are east of Sydney? Because you're 11 hours ahead of me, and Gay, who is in Sydney, she is, or you're 13 hours ahead of me. No, what are you? 1, you're at 2, you're west of Sydney, okay? Uh, okay, because you're in the southern hemisphere. Yeah, I'm just trying to place where people are, which I do know you're in Australia. Western Australia, okay. I'm sure you told me that before, Western Australia, but I think it's funny. When I was growing up, my parents would have told me you could never make a living playing video games. If only they were alive today to see that you actually can. Not that I am, but some people are. Of course, back in my day, the only video game we had was Pong. I figured you'd hear the same thing, Sick. There's some younger folks who have never heard that, but I figured you have. I figured Monty's probably heard that too. I know Monty's younger than me, but I'm sure he's heard that. Space Invaders? That was long after I was young. But yeah, I played Space Invaders. Do you know what one of my most fun games to play in like an arcade game was it was called Galaxica or something like that. Galaga, like shooting asteroids. It was an asteroid kind of game. Real simple game, but it was fun. Atari, yeah. The first video games I ever had was Pong and Tank. And then I always liked playing Pac-Man too. I was pretty good at Pac-Man. I watched this other guy play it that could score like, he had the high score on that machine. And I would watch him play and I figured out there was a pattern. And I figured out the pattern so I could match his high score. But I couldn't figure out any more of the pattern. So I think what I'll do, guys, in between this episode and Friday, I will go ahead and advance the clock to where we have our fields ready to harvest, our canola fields. Well, actually, I can't because I got these fields are going to be ready first. Yeah. Well, I'm not sure. There we go. Yeah. I'm not going to be able to get all this at one time. We'll see. I want to be able to go ahead and harvest some of this canola, but we're going to end up having some other stuff to do first. Well, we'll see how it goes. I'll have something ready to harvest when we start Friday's live stream. Oh yes, I remember the day of being the remote. Well, me or one of my brothers. Oh, I was a teenager before we ever even had color television. I was a teenager before I ever saw a color photograph. How old are you now, Sick? Okay, yeah, that would be about right, because that sounds about right to me, because I turned 66 in a couple months. So I'm 10 years older. So yeah, that sounds about right, because I was a teenager. I'm not sure about the microwave for me, because my mother never had a microwave. So I wouldn't have been aware of microwaves until I was an adult growing up, because my mom never had one of those. Well, she did when of course, after all us kids were grown up, moved out of the house and all that stuff later on, she got one, but not when we were young growing up. Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah, actually, I don't recall any of my friends' mothers having those either. Of course, I would have been out of high school by the time those came out, so I wouldn't even have been living at home by then, more than likely. I'd probably already joined the military by then. Yeah, they were a pretty revolutionary type of piece of equipment when they first came out. It was pretty amazing that they could do what they do. It was almost like another magical box. Now see, if that guy had been working that direction across that field, he'd be done already. Because he'd have had to make less turns. It takes them as long to turn around sometimes as it does to actually run that entire pass. One of my neighbors, where I was living before I was living here, was a woodworker. He had a woodworking shop, and he built stuff. And he built kitchen cabinets and all kinds of different stuff, cutting boards, all kinds of different stuff. But he was telling me about these videos he had seen for doing like wood etching. And you use the, what was it called? I can't remember what it's called now. Part of a microwave that produces the power. And you can use that thing and you run electricity through it. And you somehow you get that electricity flowing through wood. And it looks so cool. I watched a couple of videos about how that stuff is, like the transformer out of a microwave, and you put that electricity, you put a little, like a nail, so that electricity has direction, but because it's trying to follow the grain in the wood and all that stuff, man, it makes some really cool designs. And he was telling me he wanted to experiment with that stuff, but I don't know if he was ever able to. I don't know if he ever able to find him the like the power transformer out of a microwave that was still working, because most people don't throw away working microwaves. All right, while this guy's doing this right here, I need to take a quick break, and then we'll go get our other field, our other contract. I'll be right back, guys. All right, guys, I'm back. Now, one of the things I can do with that drone, guys, is set it up just like this, where it'll just follow me around. All right, we're in the home stretch on this field now, above 90%. The camera on this game is interesting because it reminds me a lot of like, I was just thinking because like I can actually do this with my drone once I get it. I can put it in front of myself and it will just go float along right in front of me like this. Or I can set it up from the side to follow along, really just about anywhere, if I can figure out how to do that. But it will do it. It's a like a vlogging type of drone. It has these things it'll do pre-programmed, but one of those is what's called a directional tracking. So I can actually set it up in front of me to look at me, and then it will stay in front of me. And I can move around and it'll stay in front of me. That's pretty wild. Oh, I wish they would not have people jaywalking. I almost hit that guy. Let's see. And here we are. Yeah, at least it looks like it's going to work lengthwise. Yep, which is what we want. I was just looking around to see if we bought this field, could we expand it any, and it does not look like we could. Even if we took trees down, because we got this kind of hills around us. Still, I wouldn't mind having this field. It's not too far away from the farm. Well, let's find out. What was that? 563. Yeah, it's one of the most expensive fields on the map, I think. Let's let's check this one again. Was what? Yeah, 463. So I don't know that it's how much. What size was it? 23 acres, and this is what? 19. Wow, I didn't. What's this one? 15. That might be the biggest field. It doesn't really look like it is, but it could be the biggest. 15.98. Whoa, 15.98. That's 23 acres. And what was this one? 2341, and it's 568. And it looks a lot bigger than this. It looks a lot bigger than that one. But it's not that much bigger. Wow. So $500,000 for this field. But once our price fixing mod goes into effect, and we've got the oil mill running, we'll start making some money pretty good. So we'll be able to buy these fields. We'll buy some of the bigger ones, but the first field, whoops, I didn't want to do that. I hit the wrong button. Sorry, guys. I hit the wrong button sometimes. The first field I want to buy is this one. After we buy this, I want to buy this because it's right there next door. But then this would be a good field. I would like to have that. Actually, we talked about like buying these and combining these three, making one big field right here. And then maybe combining these over here to make a field. But yeah, because we want to own all this right here too. Even these small fields, I'd like to have all this stuff just to supply our oil mill. That way we don't have to worry about putting canola on our farm because we have it down here. But that's all just in time. And then I'll keep going on to New Frontier also and advancing the clock. And I'll just do that off camera until I get it ready for us to work on again, because we don't have contracts on there. So there's nothing for us to do until we get farther into it. Or nothing for us to do on a daily basis, I should say. See, it takes him forever to turn around just to make one of these little short passes. It takes him longer to turn around than it does to actually cultivate this one row. Oh, that was really worth it, wasn't it? Just to go over there and drop that cultivator and pick it back up again. Yeah, that's just one of those kind of inconvenient kind of things that you just have to be willing to deal with if you're going to use an AI helper. Now it's okay. It'll start making these longer passes now. Oh, there's a deer. Okay, that didn't make sense. I don't know what this guy's doing. And there's the 2-hour live stream mark, guys. 2 hours. Now, one thing I'll tell you, I think I figured out as far as our price fixing, once that thing goes into effect, I don't think we're going to see this graph down here on the bottom of the screen. I think it's going to say like no information available or something like that. I think that changes. So that's something we'll keep an eye on, but I do think that graph disappears and it just says, I can't remember what it says. It says something like no information available or something like that. I just happened to think of that. I saw that in a video that I was looking at. I've got a handband in one hand and trying to work the controller with just my other hand. I've been trying to think about like different kind of like cinematic shots I could get with that drone. It's kind of funny because I've been watching a lot of videos. I've never operated a drone, and I don't really know cameras. So it's funny, I try to think in my head, well, what could I do? Because I've been watching so many videos about these drones just to get an idea and stuff like that. But then it makes me think about like all different types of videos and stuff, and I don't even know how to make a video. But I've already got it in my head, all these real cool looking videos. I don't even know how to make one. And what made me start thinking of that was this right here, because I can get this. Yeah, eventually, the more I mess around with it, I'll start figuring stuff out. But because this camera works a lot like that drone, so that's what made me think of it. Because I can actually do stuff with the drone like this. I can set it up to follow along. I can position it like this, and then just tell it to hold its position, and it will track. And that's what made me think of it. But I've been watching so many videos of people taking videos above the canopy, which is so cool. And we have some cool places around here also. Not too many that I can walk to because I don't have a car. But I can launch my drone from right here out in the parking lot and just fly around town. But it's funny, I just, my brain's already like imagining these really cool videos, and it's like, how about I just like learn how to fly the drone first and turn the camera on. If I can turn the camera on and off, I'll be doing good. Actually, I got to tell you, man, I feel better right now than I have probably felt in the last 5 days. It is a DJI Neo. You've heard of the DJI brand? I had never heard of them before. I've never heard of them before, but Yeah, I've watched a lot of videos on them, and that little Neo gets a lot excellent reviews for a like a beginner drone. And I like the design of it. I like the fact that the props are guarded, so I won't tear it up so easily. And then later on, if I actually learn how to fly this one, I can invest in something more powerful. But I know it's capable of taking some good, nice videos because the quality of the video, because I've seen what it can do. So yeah, I'm looking forward to playing around with it. But I'm not really a vlogger kind of person. I'm not an on-camera kind of person. But I may have to become somewhat of a on-camera person if I'm going to start doing drone stuff. Unless I just put the aerial footage, which I might too. I might not make videos of myself, but that would be kind of cool too. So I don't know. It'll just be whatever it turns out to be. Because I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just having fun, really. YouTubing. I never would have thought I'd be a YouTuber. But it's fun. We've actually done pretty good money-wise today too, because we're up to 257. This is a what was this, $11,000 contract? Yeah. So that's a pretty good increase in our cash. See, it's much better when he makes these long passes and can just keep on working. Things go so much faster. Well, the deer like this field, don't they? Nice. Now, I hope I can get some actual footage like that with my drone. There are deer all over the place where I live. So hopefully I can get some footage. Actually, there's deer quite often in the yard of the actually behind my apartment. Even I have not seen them back there. My daughter has seen them back there a couple times. I've seen them in my neighbor's yard. Maybe I should put me a trail cam in my back window. Although that would probably be too far away to be able to pick up motion. That'd be cool though. Hey, Richard. How you doing? I'm doing okay. We're working on this contract right here. All right, good. I'm glad to hear it. Or to read it, actually. I haven't been feeling good the last few days. I feel okay today, though. Or I feel better than I have been. I'll put it that way. So we've done some contracts today, Richard. We've been working on this. We've been streaming for just about 2.5 hours, close to 2.5 hours. Did some contracts. We've made some pretty good money today. And we're going to finish this field before we're done. And this is another contract that we're working on. We're actually getting ready to buy the oil mill. Well, we're preparing to buy it. We're getting ourselves ready to purchase it. We have enough money. We're going to hold on to the money. So as soon as I have 100,000 liters of canola, then we will go buy that. And we do have canola planted, but I'm not sure how much we'll get. We'll see. But I'm not going to buy the oil mill until we have a minimum of 100,000 liters of canola to put in it before I buy it. And we may have that much planted. I don't know. I don't think so, but I won't know until we harvest the first time. We might have to harvest twice. But actually, as far as the game goes, guys, I'm actually really happy with where we're at right now, and the progress. This is an expensive map, so I'm quite happy. There's a deer. I'm quite happy with where we're at. I am with New Frontier too, under the circumstances. Oh, okay. I've never used that precision farming. I'm surprised that deer didn't run away. I've seen more deer in this field than I have anywhere else on the map. Yeah, I've never used that precision farming before. Do you play with it? Now with that precision farming, you've got to go out and take soil samples and stuff like that, right? Isn't that what that does? Okay. Yeah, I've never played with that before. It scared me. so, so I never played with it. I've been playing this game for a while, guys, but there's a lot I do not know about it. I'll tell you. Because I'm so rudimentary and simple. Now, Richard, are you able to use the that precision farming tool and actually reach the 100% yield? What is the advantage? I would say once a person could get into it, you know, then it would be fun. I think I don't know why just, I think maybe because it was something new and I was going to have to figure out new things and I just didn't want to do that. So I stayed away from it. And I'm kind of like that now still. I kind of just keep things simple, but like I was telling Sick, like I don't know about cameras and stuff, but I bought a drone so I can make videos, and I was thinking about all these cool videos I'd like to be able to make, and I don't even know anything about cameras. It's kind of funny. Oh, that's very interesting. I kind of have my own system for doing fertilizer. Well, no, that's not true. I just do fertilizer the way the game requires it. And I don't do lime. I could, but I turned that off. I have this game set up to be as easy as it can possibly be. Because I can always make it more difficult if I want to. That deer just has not left this field. It just stays here. Wow. It really likes it. Interesting. I actually did not know you could do too much lime or too much fertilizer. I think that's probably what intimidated me to start with. I saw a video about it and I was still trying to learn the basics in FS19. And I think I saw, you know, and I actually think it overwhelmed me. And I was like, no, I don't want to use that because it's going to add all this extra stuff I got to do. And I'm still trying to learn the basics. And I just got into playing it without that. I could start playing with it, and I could adapt to it at this point because I know how to play the rest of the game now, what I'm doing. So I could incorporate that, but at this point, I guess I'll just let other people play that way. And I'll just play the way I've got used to playing. But I never actually knew what that was for. I did remember that you had to take soil samples and stuff, but I didn't know why. Like I said, I probably saw videos on it back when I first got FS19, and it like intimidated me. So I was like, no, I'm not doing that. Shoot, the more I learned about menus and I could turn things off, I started turning things off. And if I can find a mod that says free, I'm getting it. I'll get all the free stuff I can get. I'll justify the getting it for free later. But it'll be realistic sounding. I'm kind of wanting to go driving down that road right there. Now, I wonder how far around this field this guy can make it without having to pick that cultivator up, since they can't handle curves. Wow, is it going to make it all the way down there? That would be awesome. It is. The less this guy has to spend turning around, the better. That's a nice long run without having to pick that cultivator up. This camera view on here reminds me so much of some of the videos I've been watching about that drone I'm going to buy and how people have been using it, because they'll use it to fly it in the woods like this. Wow. I really like the way this helper was able to work the outside edge of this field. Two long, nice long passes. It's kind of surprising. I wonder if it could have, if it had started on this end, if it could make that turn right there by itself too, or without picking the cultivator up. I'm guessing no. That's probably why it started there. Yeah, I'm sure it is. Whoa. I was going to try to swing my camera out there in front of that bird and see what it did, but I wasn't quick enough. Oh, okay. Do you like the map? I've got this map and New Frontier, but we just started on New Frontier. We've not done a whole lot on that map. Benji. Yeah, I like this map too. It's a replacement of Elm Creek from FS22. How are you doing, Benji? We're just getting finished up over here, finishing this contract. Oh, well, I've been streaming for almost 3 hours now, about 10 minutes shy of 3 hours. So we're just getting finished. We're going to finish up this field right here. We're doing a contract. We're getting ourselves prepared to purchase the oil mill. I have not. Have you? If you have, what do you think of it? Oh, okay. All right. No, I haven't looked at it yet. What system are you playing on, Benji? Oh, okay. Yeah, me too. Uh-oh. Back up. I missed a turn. I was looking at my laptop reading chat. Ooh. Oh, okay. I don't know why, but for some reason I thought that you had mentioned PC in the past, but I couldn't remember. Alright, let's go do some maintenance on this before we put it away. Whoops. I still hit the wrong buttons, especially when I get tired. All right, let's save it right here, guys. So that's 2 hours and 58 minutes, guys. That's going to do it for me. I'm tired. But next time we'll come back on this map. I'll go advance the clock by a day on a new frontier, but we'll play on this map. Benji, I know you haven't been here long, man. I'm tired though. It was good to see you again, though. It always is. Sick, thank you for hanging out. Richard, thank you so much, guys. But that's going to wrap it up for this one. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Until then, God bless.